Hello and welcome back to our channel, where we discuss everything movie related. In today's video, we'll discuss one of the most anticipated action films of the year, Raid 3, and it's not what you think. So without further ado, let's jump right into all we know about Raid 3. Gareth Evans wrote, directed, and edited the 2011 Indonesian action thriller film, The Raid. The film stars Iko Uwais, who previously collaborated with Evans on the 2009 action film, Merantau. In the film, an elite squad is tasked with infiltrating a high-risk building run by a ruthless drug lord in the Jakarta slums. Among them is Rama, a veteran member of the team. The Raid received positive reviews from critics following its world premiere at the Toronto International Film Festival. Because distributor Sony Pictures Classics could not secure the rights to the title, the film's title was changed to The Raid Redemption in the US. This also allowed Evans to plan out future titles in the series. The Raid films were two of the most critically acclaimed martial arts films of the 21st century, but Raid 3 never came to fruition. We take a look at why. Why did Raid 3 never happen after the success of its two predecessors? Gareth Evans made his mark on action films with 2009's Merantau, which also marked Iko Uwais' film debut. Evans had traveled to Indonesia to film a documentary about the martial art silat, and after seeing Uwais' talent and screen presence, he cast him as the heroic wanderer Yuda in Merantau. Evans and Uwais shook up the action world with 2012's The Raid. Following a police raid on a Jakarta apartment complex fitted with killers and psychopaths, The Raid combined the silat-based action scenes of Merantau with the tone of a survival horror game and became an instant action classic. Its 2014 sequel, The Raid 2, upped the ante with a more complex crime family plot and even crazier action. Though Evans envisioned the Raid franchise as a trilogy, Raid 3 never materialized due to a variety of factors. Evans had previously expressed a desire to take a break from action filmmaking between The Raid 2 and The Raid 3, with his next project being the 2018 Netflix horror Apostle. Evans dropped out of The Raid 3 due to the conclusion of The Raid 2 and his return to the UK from Indonesia. Whether it was a conscious decision or not, moving back to the UK felt like a closing chapter on that franchise. We ended the story pretty neatly, I feel, in part 2. Evans explained in a 2016 interview with Impact Online. Evans emphasized this point while promoting Apostle, telling Slash Film, "What we did with The Raid 2, we kind of closed that off nicely, so it didn't appeal to me to jump back into that world again." In addition, Evans has stated that Uwais' character, Rama, would have played a minor role in The Raid 3 compared to the previous installments. Instead, the film would have centered on the Goto crime family clashing with their Yakuza superiors. The film would have also taken place primarily in the Indonesian jungles as the Gotos battled their Yakuza bosses. Raid 3 appeared to be taking a sharp left turn from the events of Raid 2. Evans also seemed determined to keep Rama's involvement in the third film to a bare minimum, with the Raid 2 ending with a tired Rama declaring, "No, I'm done," when approached by Goto. The American remake of The Raid is still in the works, though a split between rights holders XYZ Films, director Joe Carnahan, and star Frank Grillo has resulted in an unofficial one titled Xeno. Though The Raid 3 never came to fruition, both Evans and Uwais went on to have successful careers, with Evans directing the aforementioned Apostle and creating the TV series Gangs of London. Uwais has also become one of the world's biggest martial arts stars, wowing audiences in films such as Beyond Skyline and The Night Comes for Us, as well as the Netflix series Wu Assassins and its upcoming film sequel Fistful of Vengeance. While the world may never see The Raid 3, there is enough information available to speculate on what it could have been. Why is Reborn the closest thing we'll ever get to The Raid 3? The Raid 3 was never made, but the Japanese assassin action film was. Reborn does an excellent job of simulating what it would have been like. The action film from Japan, Reborn, is most likely the closest thing to The Raid 3 that the world will ever see. The Raid Redemption, directed by Gareth Evans in 2012, became an all-time action classic, following a team of Jakarta police officers on a harrowing raid of an apartment complex populated by criminals and killers. Evans' 2014 sequel, The Raid 2, received similar praise, but despite initially intending the series as a trilogy, Evans ultimately decided not to proceed with The Raid 3 after returning to his native Wales from Indonesia. The Raid films established a new standard for martial arts films, and Reborn, a 2016 assassin action film, would live up to that standard. REBORN follows retired Special Forces soldier Toshiro Kuroda as he protects a young girl from old enemies, and despite not being directly related to the Raid films, REBORN shares an odd amount of similarities with them. Furthermore, with the Raid 3 never coming to fruition, REBORN is the next best thing. Why Raid 3 never happened? The short answer is that director Gareth Evans wants to focus on other projects. In an episode of the Empire Spoiler Special Podcast, released in April 2020, Raid director Gareth Evans revealed why he has yet to start work on the Raid 3 and why he likely never will. Evidently, a large part of it has to do with Evans' other films. "Before I knew it, I was 5 years down the line," Evans stated. "I'd made Apostle, and we were starting to get production going on Gangs of London. I couldn't see myself returning to make the Raid 3. My interests had moved on to other projects." In this scenario, it appears that time has worked against the Raid. Fans may be excited to see another installment in the series, but it has simply been too long, and the film's creators have moved on. Having said that, Evans certainly considered it. In addition to crushing his fans' hopes and dreams, Evans revealed the details of his hypothetical The Raid 3 plot. One issue viewers may have with the series ending after only 2 films is that The Raid 2 ends on a cliffhanger. Following his escape from the first film's gang-infested drug den, series protagonist Rama goes undercover to uncover corruption between large-scale Asian crime syndicates and public officials in the sequel. When the smoke clears, Rama is confronted with a veritable army of Japanese Yakuza, and he simply says, "Done." The movie ends abruptly, leaving Rama's fate uncertain. Gareth Evans, on the other hand, simply walks away from the fight. I was like, it can't be about Rama, it just can't, because if he does something to pull himself away from his poor fucking wife and kid again, I'd be like, you sort of deserve to die now, really. Take some charge and be a father for a change. The story of the Raid 3 would then appear to be very different from what fans are used to. It would follow a Yakuza member named Goto and his men as they are attacked after Rama leaves. The film would then jump ahead in time to reveal that Goto had been betrayed by both his Yakuza bosses and his right-hand man. Goto would then flee to the Indonesian jungles, where he would join forces with another Indonesian mob boss to take on the Yakuza. Evans told Empire that he thought the film would have irritated an awful lot of people. Well, that's it. For now, we bring an end to this video. Thanks for watching the video. We'll see you at the next one.